The text came in at 8:47 p.m. sharp. 5 words. Casual, detached, like she was ordering takeout. Don't wait up. Might be late. That was it. No heart emoji. No love you. Just silence after silence after silence. I stared at the screen for a long moment, the blue light glowing cold on my fingers. Something about it snapped the last thread I'd been hanging onto. For months, I'd swallowed the late meetings, the makeup smudged collars, the clipped smiles. I told myself she was just tired, overworked, distracted, but I'm not a fool. At least, not anymore. I sat at the dinner table I'd set for two, steak still steaming, red wine poured, candles flickering like they didn't know they were wasted. She hadn't even bothered to lie well this time. So I typed back, slowly. My thumbs felt heavy. Hope you and Mark have fun. And I hit send. I didn't expect her to reply. Not right away. But 2 minutes later, my phone buzzed. What? I didn't answer. Another buzz. Jake, what are you talking about? Still nothing. I just stared at the wine glass I'd poured for her, full and touched, like a metaphor I hadn't wanted to face until now. Then the third message came. Please don't do this. It's not what you think. I smiled, but it wasn't a kind smile. It was the kind you give a magician when you finally figure out the trick. I stood up, grabbed my coat, left everything on the table. The dinner, the wine, the ghosts of who we used to be. The cold outside felt better than the silence in that room. At least the air didn't lie to me. The streets were quiet, just the hum of distant traffic and the crunch of my boots on damp pavement. I didn't have a destination. I just walked, letting the cold bite through my jacket, numbing something deeper than skin. I found myself at the park, the same one where she used to rest her head on my shoulder, laughing about stupid things like squirrels and food trucks. Back when her eyes still sparkled when she looked at me, I sat on a bench and let the night press in. And that's when the reel started playing in my head, the way her phone always landed face down lately, the new perfume she never wore for me. The slip up last week, saying we when she meant I. Every one of those moments clicked into place like puzzle pieces I didn't want to finish. I felt humiliated, played like the last one in the room to realize the joke was about me. And the more I thought about it, the clearer it became. She wasn't drifting. She was gone. My phone buzzed again. I ignored it. Then again. And again. Fourth time, I answered. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to hear it from her lips. Maybe I needed to hear her lie to my face, so I could stop pretending. Jake, she breathed out. Where are you? Out. I didn't mean it like that. I swear. I'm just things have been weird, and I didn't know how to. Who was Mark to you? Lily. I asked quietly. Silence. Jake, I just want to hear you say it. I said. I already know. That's when she slipped. Just a few words, but they cracked everything wide open. It wasn't supposed to go this far. And that was it. I leaned forward, elbows on knees, staring at the ground like it could swallow all this. How long? I asked. 2 months. 2 months. 60 days of pretending, of kissing me with his scent on her, of texting him while I lay beside her, dreaming of a future she had no intention of living. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just asked, why him? She hesitated. Then came the knife. He made me feel like I mattered. I closed my eyes. And in that moment, I knew I could forgive pain. I could even forgive mistakes. But I couldn't forgive choice. I didn't hang up right away. I just let the silence drag, waiting to see if she'd try to fill it with anything real. She didn't, only more stammering, more soft, rehearsed regret. I never meant to hurt you, she said. You didn't hurt me, Lily, I replied, my voice calm. You destroyed the version of me that trusted you. That man's gone, but I'm still here. Then I asked the question that had been boiling in my chest since her first text. Where are you right now? She paused. I'm at the office. I stayed late after the meeting. Her voice shook. To polished. To careful. And then came the giveaway, the muffled thump of music. Laughter. A man's voice in the background. Till Mark once said hi, I said. Then ended the call before she could stumble through another lie. For the first time in weeks, I didn't feel sick. I felt still. When I got home, the porch light was already on. She was inside, pacing, waiting. I didn't say anything when I walked in, just stepped past her toward the kitchen. The candles had burned low, flickering like the last breath of something dying. Jake, she started. Please, I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't plan it. It got out of hand. I turned, leaned against the counter, and looked at her, really looked. Her face was flushed, eyes red, makeup streaked. You don't accidentally cheat for 2 months, I said. That's not an accident. That's a schedule. She broke then, full sobs, the kind that used to tear me apart. But I didn't move, didn't touch her. I walked over to the wine glasses, picked up the one I'd poured for her, and poured it down the drain. Then mine. Then the rest of the bottle. She watched, crying harder. But I didn't flinch. In silence, I opened the drawer beside me and pulled out the envelope. Thick, sealed. I held it out. She didn't take it. What's that? She asked, her voice small. Proof. From the private investigator. Photos, texts, hotel receipts. I didn't confront you because I wanted to see if you'd tell the truth. Her hand trembled as she reached for it. She opened it slowly, and the color drained from her face. I took off my wedding ring and set it gently on the counter between us. You don't matter to me anymore, I said. Not because you cheated, but because you couldn't be honest. I walked to the door. She followed, begging, sobbing, reaching, but not enough to stop me. Outside, the night air felt sharp, clean, honest. My phone buzzed one last time. I'll never forgive myself, the message read. I stared at it. No smile, no anger, just clarity. Then I deleted it and kept walking.